everybody. Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is identifying the evangelistic narcissist. Identifying the evangelistic narcissist. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, a special note to let you know that my new channel, Living Life with Miss Faye, is up. I will leave a link in the description where you can go to the channel. Now, on that channel, I will probably be posting maybe once or twice a week. And I will provide you with tips that I've learned along the way in my life, things that I do in my daily routine, and any special messages that I'd like to get out to you. On that channel, we'll be talking about your health, your fitness, and your well-being. So I hope to see you over there. Now, let's dive into the message today. I did pull a video to get us started. So let's watch the video, and we have a letter. Then we're going to read the letter and dive right into this topic. Identifying the evangelistic narcissist. Here we go.
There are a lot of narcissists in the church, and unfortunately, a lot of them are your pastors and ministers of the church. Here are 3 ways to identify narcissists in the church. Number 1, they love control. Literally, nobody can do anything in the ministry but the pastor and probably his family. And if he's a big narcissist, he don't even want his family to participate in the things in the church. He or she wants to be the only one that does things within the church. Number 2, they deal with a lot of microaggression. That pastor may end up dogging you out, dogging ministers out, running people out of the church in the name of rebuke. If the pastor has a pattern of microaggression, look out. He or she may be a narcissist. And number 3, narcissists are great manipulators. Narcissists love to play mind games, so you have to be careful that you don't get tricked. They'll act like an angel, or they have your best interest in mind, but at the end of the day, they're trying to control you and have their way.
Okay, let's dive into this letter. And she says, I have been married almost 5 years now, and I have been suffering for 4 years of it. I've tried everything to make it work. I fasted and prayed. I've tried being kind and caring. I've been living on eggshells to make the house spotless, cook delicious meals, all ready for him from when he comes home from work. All for nothing. I've even paid for a marriage counselor, and he never bothered to take part. And I will make a bullet point list explaining how it has been for the last 4 years with my husband. When I met him, he was a Christian evangelist. Okay. He has caused us a lot of pain. And for the sake of my children, I have been bearing it. He shouts, swears, and insults me every single day. He has called me every single insult under the sun in front of our children and tries to mock me in front of our children. We have a 3-year-old, 2-year-old, and a newborn. And this is an evangelist who's out influencing other people, and he's treating his own family like this. You know that's not right. He threatens me every day that if I don't obey him as the man of the house, he will leave me to be single and make me a laughingstock in the community. I don't know what community you're in, but don't believe what he says. You don't need to be with a man like that. He is destroying you. He threatens to beat me up every day and comes right up to my face, teeth gritted, eyes bulging, and put his knuckles up to my jaw. He threatens that I'll knock all your teeth out and punch you out cold. That's crazy. He is in his 40s and bulky, and I am a 33-year-old woman. He says if I call the police on him, he'll make sure that the children go to foster care. He's all about threats. All about threats. And, now, there's no need in calling the police, that's for sure. But you need to get out of there. He hides all his money from me and hides how much he actually earns. Well, now here's the thing. If you divorce him, it'll come out in the court how much he actually earns. And he'll end up paying for those 3 kids. Okay? You don't have to deal with this. He also sucked all my finances out of me with whatever money I get. He has slept in the living room sofa for a year. And when I jokingly told him Happy New Year or anniversary, he started sleeping in the bedroom again, but makes comments saying he really doesn't want to be here. He is torturing you daily. This is torture. You deserve so much better than this. So much better. He is completely rubbish in bed. Always has been. We haven't had sex for 10 months now, and I didn't miss anything. Well, you know what? It's a lot of women in that boat. They don't get anything out of the sex, but they put up with it because of the finances. They don't feel like they can support themselves, so they put up with this garbage. All right? You say he has no respect for me at all. He said he wants me to suffer. And he says that he will make sure that he will break my spirit and make me suffer. You know he's a demon. These are words of a demon. All right? And he's cloaked himself as an evangelist, out, speaking scripture to people. That's the demon. Let me tell you something, people. The demons can quote more scriptures than decent people, because they know how to influence you. They know how to trick you and make you think that they have powers that they don't. Especially these evangelical healers that go out, and they throw something on the people and the people fall out and act like they're healed and all this kind of nonsense. Don't believe any of that. Don't believe any of that. Now, he says he wants me to hang my neck in shame. He said he will put me in such a deep depression that I won't be able to lift my head up. I used to wonder, what on earth did I do? You accepted him. That's what you did. That's probably all you did. You accepted him. I used to cry to God and ask God why he allowed me to marry such a cruel man, as I prayed for God to choose my husband for me. Well, well, you know what? Maybe your God did choose this man for you. Maybe the God that you prayed to brought you the man you wanted. But I chuckle because, you see, in spirituality, I suppose if you want to say God, it's the divine source energy. It's the divine source energy. It's not a man in the sky who hears your prayers and then throws you out some blessings. It's not that at all. In spirituality, it's the divine energy. We're all energy beings. It's energy, you see? And you connect to that divine source, which will strengthen your positive energy. And that's how you attract the perfect mate to you. With positive energy, you attract positive people. You understand? It has nothing to do with you falling on your knees, crying and praying to God to send you a man. You don't know who you're praying to. Number one, you understand? It's a lot of gods out there. It is. And you might be praying to the wrong one. And he brought you what you wanted. All right? So you got to be very careful about this, people. There were so many signs, even from random strangers and prophets, that it led me to believe that he was my husband. God chose for me. Like I said, maybe your God did choose this. But what God did you pray to? When you go to your houses of worship and you pray to a God, people don't do the research to find out which God are you praying to. Because if you have a narcissist in the pulpit, he's a demon. So if he's directing you to pray to some God, what God are you actually praying to? That's the point. What God are you praying to? All right. And the way that you can tell whether a person is true spiritual or not is by their works. That's how you can tell. But not just the words, but by their works. And for you, you can look at your own family and see that you are not dealing with a true spiritual person. All right. He's a deceiver. All right. Let's see what else you say. Now, looking back in hindsight, my husband may have approached me for a visa. He would be renewing his visa a second time next year, and then he can apply for citizenship. He said he came for evangelism work, but now I think he just came here to meet someone so he could live abroad. That's possible. You got to watch out for those people. They want to live where you live, so, they just find somebody to marry. But you've had 3 kids with this man, with this horrible man. You got to look at yourself, not at the demon, because the demon is going to do what the demon does. But you got to look at yourself. Why did you accept this? After the first baby, why did you keep on? Digging that hole for yourself. That's all you did. Just dig a bigger hole for yourself. My mother encourages me to stay with our husbands, no matter what. As long as they don't physically beat us, we have to stay. That's your mother's mindset. You understand? She was raised like that, and that's what she believes. And if religion is involved, that's what's taught in religion. You stay with your husband no matter what. Even if he beats you, stay. Don't believe that. That's demonic. It's demonic, pure demonic energy. Do you understand? That's why I said, whoever is spouting out these doctrines, you need to look at them, at their works, to see if they are truly spiritual people or if they are demons in disguise. All right? And don't be taken in by these so-called miracles that these demonic evangelists are throwing out to you to convince you that they truly are spiritual and they truly have a connection with the God. The God, the creator of all, is who you want to connect with. That divine energy. That energy is what you want. Not all of these lower God figures that people pray to get these blessings. You pray to these gods to get blessings. And these gods are not the creator of all. Let me talk about that. A lot of gods that people pray to are gods that are in the astral plane. All right. And I don't want to get too technical here, but these gods have been created over time by the beliefs of people. The beliefs of people have created these gods. All right. But, and you pray to these gods, just like in mythology, and that kind of thing, those gods. You pray to these gods and it gives the gods more strength. You pray to them to help you in certain things. Okay. But that is not the divine source energy. That's not what that is. And whether that God can grant your wishes or not, that's another thing. That's another thing. But many times they don't. They don't even hear you. They don't even hear you. This is because of our African and strong Christian religious background. Well, let's look at that too. How did you Africans become Christians in the first place? Okay, that's what you need to look at. How did you become a Christian? Way back when? I venture to say it's because when some white settlers came over there, invaded your land, and threw you that Bible because he said that you was heathens. And so he had a Bible in one hand and a gun in the other. So if you don't accept this Bible, he's going to kill you. All right? So that's why that you all are Africans and strong Christian religious. That's why. That's why. Mother says that all these people telling me to leave my husband won't actually be there to help me as a single mom. I need to stay because he at least helps around the house and with the kids. That's so sad. You're going to stay with this abusive man because he helps around the house and the kids? Let me tell you something. I think you said here in your letter that you're in your 30s. You can stand on your own feet and take care of them 3 kids by yourself. I did it. I raised 3 kids by myself. I didn't have any help from family or anybody. Had to go out and find a job. Had to go find somebody to take care of the kids while I worked or get them to school. I did it myself. And my boys grew up to be responsible people. Now, you can do it, but you got to believe that you can do it. You got to know that you can do it. And you need to turn away from those religious beliefs. All right? You need to get on your spiritual path and understand what life really is, what it's really all about, and who you really are. Okay, I'm going to bring this book back to you, the Book of Wisdom, because you definitely need this book. You need to know who you are. You need to know the power that you have. And this book will also go through the scriptures and explain to you what the scriptures really mean. Your kids are young now, and they don't need to be brought up with this false doctrine. They need to know what the world is really all about, why they are here, and that they are powerful beings. And this knowledge, it has been hidden from you for centuries to entrap you and control and manipulate you. Now, I want to say something about the front of this book, because I've been publicizing this Book of Wisdom for a long time. I think the material in this book, and it has a volume 2 too, is the most important information I've run across to date. To date, it is powerful. It will open your eyes about what's really going on in the world. And you won't be fooled by these narcissistic evangelists who are really demons to control and use you. All right, let's talk about here. I remember I did get a comment from somebody that says, well, I don't buy anything with a pentagram on it. Because, and I want to talk about that because, you see, that's knowledge. You don't have the knowledge about the pentagram. The pentagram is actually a sigil for protection against evil. That's what the pentagram is for. You know, people that do rituals, they stand inside the pentagram to protect themselves from negative energy outside. So see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people have been not taught the truth about a lot of things. And so you venture away. It's the elites that have this knowledge. The people that control the world, they have this knowledge. They give you a lot of bull that you can't do anything with because they want you to be a follower, not a leader. They want you to be under them. So the elites are rising, 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 where you have nothing. And the churches, these evangelists, are right on board here. They don't have this knowledge now. They're still dumbed down. But still, it's about controlling you. So I advise you to get your book of wisdom, your kid, and keep it, because this will help your kids as they're growing up. Because when they go to school, it's training them a lot of information that's not true. Okay. But this book explains it. And so this book can stay in your family for a lifetime. All right. So let's get back to your letter. I know that I got off, but reading your letter, I realized that you have been bound by this religious doctrine. And I can understand that, because there was a time when I was bound. I was raised in a very religious family, and it had been going on in my family for generations. All my cousins, uncles, aunts, all of them are in that religion. Okay, all of them. So, and I was the one that was the rebel. Step outside, because I could see something was wrong with it at a very early age. You say that he has caused you a lot of pain. I know he is demonic possessed. You're absolutely right. It's a demon you're dealing with, people. Absolutely. And don't be fooled by that evangelism. Don't be fooled. In fact, if a guy comes to you and said that he is an evangelist or a pastor, you better look at him a little weary anyway. I wouldn't be that trusting of him. Okay? A lot of the pastors just go in it for the income. That's it. You know, they figure, you know, there's enough vulnerable people out there, and they're searching for solace and peace in their lives. And so they'll come to the church, and there's the demon. There the demons in the pulpit. Come in the fold. You see what I'm saying? Pray. But who are you praying to? Who are you praying to? Okay. All right. Let's end your letter. How can I survive another 4 years or 3 years if he leaves us when he gets his passport until I am secure enough to leave? Okay, you better start making yourself secure enough to leave right now. And don't be frightened about what's going to be. And that's why I tell you to get your book of wisdom, because that will help you to ground yourself, to know that you're not in it alone, but it's your mindset. It's the way that you think. It's the way you feel about yourself. And fear can stop you in your tracks. You're still with him because of fear. You fear of the unknown. Like you said in your letter, how are you going to make it if he leaves and I don't have myself together yet? Let me tell you, I had my 3 kids. I packed them up. I didn't even have a job, and I left. Okay? So it's the way that you think about yourself. And you are a young woman and you got a newborn. I understand that. But what? If you left him, even your family wouldn't support you? Well then, if that's the case, you can file for divorce and he'll have to pay you. You can do that. All right? You don't have to be stuck, is the thing. You don't have to be stuck. Now, I don't know what country you're in, and I'm speaking from American soil. And that's the way that things work out here. If you're in another country and, you know, the laws are different, I don't know what they are. I don't know how they treat these marital situations or whatever. But I do know that you need to leave him, period, and get your own life together, because he's going to destroy your kids. He'll destroy their minds. You don't want that. I hope that you understand, and I really hope that it helps someone. I hope that I've said something that can help. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I thank you for your comments. Now, if anyone has a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And if you're looking for today's affirmation, the link is also in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.